And Moshe spoke to the heads of the tribes concerning the children of Israel, saying, this is the thing that Yahweh has commanded. Circle those words. This is not Rabbi Moshe's teaching. Yahweh has commanded what I'm about to share with you. If a man vows a vow to Yahweh or swears an oath to bind his being with some agreement, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that proceeds out of his mouth. Turn to your neighbor and say all.
All. Amen.
Try this side of the room. All. This is what Yahweh commands, Cecile. If a man, you don't have to, you're not bound, it's not incumbent upon you. But if a man or a woman decides to vow a vow or swear an oath to bind his entire being in an agreement with Yahweh, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that comes out of his mouth.
All that comes out of his mouth. Amen.
You see Yiphtachs' dilemma? You see the dilemma?
Amen.
He had to do everything that came out of his mouth.
That's right.
What was the thing that came out of his mouth? Whatever comes out of my house, Yahweh, and not only will I give it to you, I'll give it to you as an olah. What is an olah? A burnt offering. A burnt offering. An olah. Technically, olah can also mean ascension offering. When we have aliyah before the Torah, we ascend to read the Torah. An olah. Devarim 23:21. Again, go with me to Devarim. We're going to go quickly now. I have a lot to cover. I have no worship today, so I have a little extra time to teach. Devarim 23:21. That's why I took last week off. I wanted to get all gassed up. Devarim 20, and today I'm full of gas, I think. What are you laughing about? I mean kosher gas.
Oh, okay.
Not that. Yeah. Devarim 23:21. When you shall vow a vow to Yahweh your Elohim, you shall not be slack to pay it.
Amen.
So Numbers 32, you shall not break it. Everything that goes out of your mouth, you must do. Deuteronomy 23:21, you shall not be slack to pay it.
Amen.
For Yahweh your Elohim will surely require payment from you.
Yes.
Otherwise it would be sin to you. Verse 22, if you will abstain to vow, there will be no sin in you. That which has gone out of your lips you shall guard, shomer, and perform. Even a terumah, a free will offering, according as you have vowed to Yahweh your Elohim. Meaning you don't have to do a vow, Bruno, but once you make a vow, it becomes a terumah. You're not under compulsion, but it's a free will offering. According as you have vowed to Yahweh your Elohim, which you have promised with your mouth. Yahweh says, don't blame me, you opened your mouth. Yiphtach. Patach. You see the irony here, Rachel? His name was what? Open mouth. Foot and mouth disease. If you have open mouth, you potentially can develop foot and mouth disease. Why are y'all looking at me?
That's true.
Hell! How do you? Go with me please to Kohelet. Ecclesiasticus. Kohelet. No laughter from the peanut gallery, please. Kohelet 5 verses 1 through 6. Kohelet 5, 1 through 6. Now let's read and explain. Now I'm going to need a little help with that, so Brother Bruno, grab a microphone. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Actually use this one. Ecclesiastes, Kohelet, chapter 5, verses 1 through 6.
Keep your foot when you go to the Bayit of Elohim, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools.
Yeah. When you go to the house of Elohim, be ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools. Sometimes the sacrifice of fools is when we open our mouth and we shouldn't say anything, and we have foot and mouth disease. Go to the Bayit of Yahweh to hear. Because we can say something at 12 o'clock that can change your life. You walk in at 12:30, your goose is cooked. You missed what Yahweh wanted you to hear. So we should be swift to hear and slow to speak our own things. Now if you're always speaking the word of Yahweh, please speak. Don't shut your mouth. But if you're doing vows and making promises that you have no ability or have no intention to keep, fermez la bouche.
Keep your foot when you go to the Beit of Elohim.
Stop. Keep your foot where? Out of your mouth.
Away from your mouth.
Go there to go there. Ecclesiastes 5:1 and 2. Go there to listen, and P.S. enjoy the chicken, enjoy the food, but make a diligent effort to keep foot out of mouth.
Yep.
And be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice to fools, for they consider not that they do evil.
Stop. The sacrifice of fools, Yiphtachs opened his mouth. He made a sacrifice as a fool. And unfortunately, it was, you'll see in the future, it was an evil vow.
Be not hasty with your mouth, and let not your lev be hasty to utter anything before Elohim. For Elohim is in the Shamayim, and you upon the earth. Therefore let your words be few.
Read the last two verses again. Wow. Pay attention.
Be not hasty with your mouth, and let not your lev be hasty to utter anything before Elohim. For Elohim is in the Shamayim, and you upon the earth. Therefore let your words be few. For a dream comes through the greatness of a task.
Go through 6.
Okay.
You done?
No, we're in 3.
Mhm.
Halfway there. For a dream comes through the greatness of a task, and a fool's voice is known by his many words. When you vow a vow to Elohim, do not delay to pay it, for he has no pleasure in fools. Pay that which you have vowed. Better is it that you should not vow, than that you should vow and not pay.
Amen.
Allow not your mouth to cause your flesh to sin.
Yes.
Neither say before the heavenly Malach that it was an error. Why should Elohim be angry at your voice and destroy the work of your hands?
Does that apply to Yiphtach?
Oh, yeah.
Does that apply to Yiphtach?
Yes.
The work of his hands were destroyed. His ministry and calling to fight Ammon was destroyed. And you'll see, and he got himself in a lot of trouble. He should not have opened his mouth. How ironic that his name is Yiphtach, the opening of the mouth, the sacrifice of fools. And yet, despite all that, Yahweh put him in the Hall of Fame of Fame. That's why people got to be very careful before they call somebody a false teacher. There's a difference between a false teaching and a false teacher. Rabbi Moshe ain't no false teacher. Bank on it. Okay? I teach right from the Ruach. But have I had some false teachings? Yeah. Just like your rabbi, just like your preacher. So everybody's capable of false teaching. That doesn't make them a false teacher.
Amen. Amen.
Try telling that to people on your space.
Uh-oh.
I better quit or just move on while it's time to move on. So the Brit Hadashah confirms what we read in Ecclesiastes 5:1 through 6. We see that, and we're going to go quickly now. I'm going to throw a lot of stuff at you. And if we behave, we might even be able to finish it today, but I doubt it. Matthew 5:33. How many want me to finish it today? Let me see your hand. Matthew? How many want me to finish it today? How many are willing to go till 9 o'clock to see it fulfilled?
Amen.
No, you not. Remember the 10 Commandments.
Hold on now. Wait 1 minute. You gotta do what you gotta do.
No mentiras.
What you gotta do.
Matthew 5:33. Again, you have heard that it has been said by them of old time, you shall not swear falsely, but shall perform to the Master Yahweh your oaths. Okay. Let's pay attention. The Restoration Scriptures, True Name Edition, the best Bible, Hebraic study Bible in the world, is the only one that I've seen that has this right, other than the original Aramaic Peshitta. I'll read it again. If you have a King Jimmy, NIV, nearly inspired version, or any other version, Complete Jewish Bible by David Stern, the scriptures from South Africa, who, by the way, orders Bibles from us because they know their Bible is deficient. Yes, Rivka. They have ordered Bibles from us to distribute. That's the scriptures from South Africa. Praise be to Yahweh.
Amen.
This is the only Bible that has translated this accurately. Matthew 5:33. You have heard it has been said by them of old, you shall not swear falsely, but shall perform to the Master Yahweh your oaths.
Amen.
Okay. Now in most Bibles it say you shall not swear.
At all.
At all.
True.
You shall not swear at all. That's what most Bibles read. You have heard that it has been said of them of old, you shall not, I don't even have one of those translations.
Anybody good?
Do
Okay.
not swear at all. That's what it says.
Does anybody have one of those translations? Reina Valera, Spanish.